Hello there, everybody. So today I wanted to do something a little different and something I'm actually really excited to do. I am going to do my top 5 moments in gaming.
I like video games.
And the reason I'm excited to do this is because, well, my list is going to be different than everyone else's because these lists are special. They're unique. They're things that stick out to you. The way to describe these are basically anything that you won't forget in video gaming. Something that when you are 70 years old looking back at video games and someone says, hey, what's something that stuck out to you? This is it. So with that said, this is my top 5 moments and memories in gaming. Let's go.
Number 5.
Contra 3 Introduction Nightmares. When I was a young little boy, I remember being extremely sick and watching reruns of Conan O'Brien. I told my mom I wanted to go rent a video game. She drove us down to the video store, and one of the first games I saw was Contra 3 The Alien Wars. Now, I hadn't played the game up to this point, but by this time, I was already an expert at the original on the NES. These games are all easy. Contra, up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Super C, it's easy. And Contra Force, this isn't even a freaking Contra game! I could only imagine how much fun this game was going to be. My friends have already told me of all the great guns, the new radical bosses, and new top-down levels, and extreme music and action. As soon as I got home with this, I crawled right into my mom and dad's bedroom, because that's where the Super Nintendo was at the time because my dad was playing it, turned out the lights and put in Contra 3 The Alien Wars. I can't tell you how excited I am right now. As soon as I flipped that game on, I heard that beautiful Konami sound come on. And then, this happened. That's as far as I made it. And I don't know if it was because I was sick, but I was scared out of my mind. I'm not joking when I say I saw that image that night in my nightmares. And just so all of you know out there, I swear when I say this, I actually have that reoccurring nightmare all the time. I'm dead serious.
Number 4.
Super Mario RPG. He's on my team? Now this may come to a shock to some of you, but I was and still am not a big fan of RPGs. The only time I ever really played any RPGs was during the 16-bit era, and they were amazing, with games like Chrono Trigger, A Link to the Past, Final Fantasy III, Earthbound, and a load more. And adding a Mario RPG game that was being developed by Square only added to another grade on the list. Partnering up with characters like Princess Toadstool, Toad himself, Mallow, and Geno, which I'm still waiting for them to be brought back into another game. Come on, Smash Brothers! When this game actually came out, it did not disappoint. The story was great, the characters were great, the graphics were amazing, and kind of reminded me of Donkey Kong Country. The game was isometric, which is something I normally wasn't into, but I ended up loving it. Now this game was a little bit like your typical Mario story trying to save the princess in a way. But something happened during this game. Something strange. Something I thought would never happen.
No.
Listen, man. Do you really think you can trust Bowser? Bowser joined my team? He's on my side now? I was taught all my life that he was the enemy. Well, actually, I was just reading the instruction booklet for Super Mario Bros. 3, and in the enemy section, Bowser's name isn't in here. He's in a section that mentions him as someone who is back and someone who is up to no good, but it never says that he's an enemy. Maybe he was never an enemy all along. When this happened, I remember pausing the game and running into my brother's room and saying, "Dude, you need to see this. You need to see this." You won't believe your eyes. We ran into the living room and he said, What? What is it? I said, Look at this. He then replied, Oh, Bowser is on your team. Cool. I beat that game like a month ago.
Number 3.
Super Mario Bros. 2. Perfect Slumbers. Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Nintendo is a game that I have loved since the moment I started playing it. It was released in 1988, but I didn't get my hands on it till I was about 10 years old in 1995. Now, if you know about our show, then you know I love Super Mario Bros. 2. So many things stick out to me in this game, such as the amazing music, the fact that you can now choose from 4 different players, picking up enemies, and the somewhat dark levels. Many of the enemies in this game give me quite a scare, such as Mauser, Triclide, and freaking Phanto! The second you grab a key, it's after you! Now I know you can simply throw the key down to get away from him, but sometimes I'd be in such a frantic rush and so scared, I would just keep running and holding the key and just forget! But that is not my most memorable moment in this game. The one thing that sticks out to me that is most memorable is the ending. Now I know this pisses a lot of people off, but I have to disagree. I remember when that beautiful music started playing, I just stared at the screen in awe. My young little eyes had never seen cartoon-looking graphics like that before in a video game. And to add on top of that, seeing the cast of enemies made me feel like they were now my friends. Now this to me is still one of my favorite game endings of all time, and I will truly never forget it.
Number 2.
Silent Hill, The Phone Call. When Konami released Silent Hill, I was ecstatic. As someone who absolutely loves horror movies, hearing about games such as this coming out, well, you can imagine my excitement. From the moment Silent Hill starts up, you are greeted with one of my absolute 100%, yep, for sure, most favorite intros to any video game ever. The gorgeous cutscenes that play along with that music are extremely heart-wrenching. It's one of the only games I have ever played where I felt an emotional attachment to the characters before even playing the game. Now, when I was making this list and actually decided to do my most memorable moments in gaming, this is the very first game that came to my mind. But what moment to pick? The nurses? The amazing puzzles? The car wreck at the beginning that makes you feel more alone than a Metroid title? No. The phone call. That freaking freaky phone call. While Harry Mason, you, are looking for your daughter, Cheryl, who went missing in your car accident, you walk into a room and you see a phone. You try and use it because you are always looking for clues. When you pick it up, it says, "Can't use phone," implying that it's offline or disconnected. But when you walk away and you are about to leave the room, this happens.
Daddy, help me. Daddy, where are you?
Cheryl!
When I was younger and playing this, I put down the controller and I literally yelled for my brothers to come in the room. I couldn't play anymore. Now, as a father this time around, this whole game and especially this scene literally makes me sick to my stomach thinking about this situation. And for that reason, this moment easily lands at number 2. Oh my gosh. My phone's ringing. It was supposed to be disconnected. Hello? Hi, Mom! How are you?
Number 1.
The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. The Childhood. Link's Awakening on the Game Boy is my second favorite Zelda game of all time, and for good reason. The game is beautiful from start to finish. Now, what put this at the top of my most memorable moments in gaming list? Well, this may seem like cheating, but it's not actually a moment in the game.
What? You can't do that.
Yes, I can. Well, when I was around 11 years old, I remember one night where my 2 older brothers and I set up a tent in our backyard, all carried a TV out there into the tent, ran an extension cord out there, and started playing Link's Awakening with the help of our Super Game Boy. I also recall my mom brought out Oreos for us, and we played the game the whole night. We were totally enthralled with this game. We had so much fun that night, switching off who plays, helping each other figure out the puzzles, and bonding the way we haven't since then. Now, we do still play games together once in a while, but that night was something special. We all fell asleep that night while the game was still on. We woke up that next morning and looked at the TV. Then we all looked at each other and nodded, and we all just knew it was time to keep playing. I actually still have that same Super Game Boy that we used that night. I wouldn't sell it for anything. It means the world to me. Now, I just wanted to stop really quick before I go on with the next part. Okay, this actually means a lot to me, and it's gonna sound really cheesy and really lame, but it's not. It means a lot, and if you're a retro gamer like I am, you'll understand. A 65-year-old lady I work with recently came to work with a mint condition copy of Link's Awakening. Now, for some reason, and I don't know why, I don't own this game. She walked up to me and said, "Here, I know you like video games, so I thought you would like this." I didn't even respond at that moment. I just stared at her. I didn't even know what to say. I can truly say, and I know it sounds a little weird, but I got a little choked up when she gave it to me. It was at that moment that I knew that Link's Awakening as a whole can easily be claimed as my number 1 on my most memorable moment in gaming. Well, there you have it. My top 5 most memorable / meaningful moments in video gaming. I know ours are all going to be different, so let me know what yours are. I'm excited to hear it, and hope you guys enjoyed my list. Please like the video. But if you don't, I hope you get a phone call from some dead child. Hey, did you guys enjoy that video? Well, if you did, why not try out another one of our videos? Watch us get Demon's Crest for $8 in this video. Stupid resellers. And if you guys want to try something new, how about check out Youngtown? Boy, this guy's weird, but he sure doesn't take anything too seriously, which makes me like him. I like the cut of his jib. Bye, guys.